This is Breakfast Daily, and we're still discussing some pressing issues in our country. Here with me in the studio, Elvis Darko of the Find That newspaper and newscenter.com, and Larry Dogbe of the Herald newspaper. Now, let's go to the Lands Commission. The Lands Ministry has tasked the Lands Commission to get rid of goro boys, and I'm sure this is something that anybody interested in acquiring land in this country will be excited about. So the story reads, the Ministry of Land and Natural Resources is tasking the Lands Commission to get rid of middlemen, popularly known as goro boys, from their operations. This directive comes in response to a 2021 study conducted by the United Nations Office of Drugs and Crime, which cited the Lands Commission as one of the most corrupt institutions in Ghana. Addressing the issue during an editors' forum that is cast the Commission's recent ranking, the Deputy Minister of Lands and Natural Resources, Benito Owusu-Bio, stated that measures are underway to sanitize the Commission. We are asking the Lands Commission to get rid of those goro boys and the goro people in the system. These goro people cannot work in isolation. They can only work with the connivance and assistance of personnel within the system of Lands Commission. This is a quote from him. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs has taken the bold initiative to get rid of the recalcitrant and the bad nuts within their system. Likewise, we at the Ministry of Land and Natural Resources are also going to follow their example to ensure that we also rid the system, he stated. Meanwhile, the Executive Secretary of the Lands Commission, Surveyor James Datson, says it has begun, among other efforts, to digitize its system to phase out corruption in its system. This is a major challenge on our hands. It is an exception for a document that passes through the hands of a goro boy to go ahead of the document that goes through the system. Some of them even take the money and they vanish. The document will be lying there. We will be looking for the person to go for an inspection and nobody shows up, especially the people abroad. Somebody comes to Ghana after 2 years, shows up at the Lands Commission, and then we find out that indeed these are the steps that if we are able to reach you, you will be cleared. We have identified that once we embark on this technological drive, we will reduce the human interface. Even our own staff will have very little to do with the general office. Everything will be done in the back office, he said. So this is where we are with our land issues. Elvis, what will be your initial thoughts?
See, it's easier said than done. And it's like we are pumping money into digitization, but we are not actually enjoying much of the benefits that they should bring to us, because we are actually not applying the rules of digitization to get the actual benefits. So people are still being able to intervene in the system for their own benefit. And as the minister has really admitted, the so-called goro boys he's talking about can never operate without the connivance their own staff.
Yeah.
So if you are saying you are instructing the same people to get rid of the goro boys, where do you think you are going? You have admitted that the goro boys are in partnership with people at the Lands Commission. And you are telling me that the very people who are in connivance with the goro boys should get rid of them. By what means? You see, digitization can reduce corruption if we allow it to work. But because plenty people see public office as a way of making money, even if you digitize, you want to intervene in the process and make money, so we'll frustrate the process. It is a simple thing. You don't need all these instructions or anything. Just put a back-end system that makes sure that you are able to monitor what is happening at any point in time. All these things we are complaining about will be gone. If in the system, every day, the number of people who apply for a service is locked and you have the number. If somebody is trying to jab the queue, you can know that no, on 21st, it is 50 people who apply for service. These are their names. How come somebody is coming ahead of those people? If somebody should be processed today, it should be those who applied yesterday. These are the list of people who applied. How come somebody who is not part of the list that applied yesterday is part of those who are being processed today? Because once you enter you see, digital tracking is easy. Anything you do, you can be tracked, time and everything is recorded in the process. So if we sit down and we are not willing to follow the process that will make sure that service is delivered, and we are out there rhetoric and slogans, unfortunately, it will just be rhetoric and slogan. We'll never achieve anything, because this directive shows that we are not going to achieve anything. Because you said the people who are conniving with the people should not get rid of them. How would they get rid of them? It will not happen. The truth is that the people who really want digitization to work should know that there's a process to make digitization work. If the Lands Commission wants digitization to work, every process is now online. Now there should be tracking of the process. If somebody submits a document today, the date and time is submitted. Which officer's desk is that supposed to go electronically. How many minutes should that spend on that officer's desk for it to be approved the next officer's desk?
Yeah.
So that you give everybody timelines to know that when you receive this application, it should not take more than 1 hour for it to be approved the next level.
Right.
So when you are checking who is delaying the process, you can know that no, this person actually did his work and submitted at the right time. But when you go to this person's table, it delayed for 2 days, which is unnecessary. So you are going to be fined. It is only when you do this that people know that there is a digital footprint that will track that they are the ones who are delaying the process, and they will be fined. See, those who delay the process are the ones who are expecting people to give them some money before they move the process to the next level. So and they are the ones who are actually dealing with the goro boys. So if you have a process that will make sure that if a document is or any service the person wants to access from the institution, once the person makes the application, every officer that is supposed to play a role is given a timeline that once this thing hits your mail, within 30 minutes or 1 hour, you have to work on it and submit the next person in line. So that when you are tracking and you want to know those who are actually causing the delays, the system can tell you that this person is supposed to submit to the next level within an hour, but did not. Why did the person not do it? You should be able to do that. If you apply for a document and your process is going on, there's a digital system where me sitting in my house will be able to attract that, okay, as I mentioned yesterday, they said today, the document will go to the next office. I can check and know that, yes, indeed, my document has gotten to the next office. I should be able to sit in my house. Ships are traveling from abroad to Ghana. And you can track every day and where the ship is. That is digitization. I should be able to sit in my house and receive text messages to tell me that my documents have been processed, it's ready, come for it. Or I'm supposed, we found a problem with this portion of your document. I should be able to receive a text message from the institution and said, we got to this place, but we've identified this. We think you have to come and rectify it. And then I go to rectify it. But when we are not doing this once, and then we are issuing directive to the very people who are delaying the process that is to get rid of the guru boys, excuse me to say, I will say that directive is actually like pouring water on a stone. It will not achieve any result. Let's go for a practical way of getting to deal with this thing rather than instructions that don't get anything done.
So let me come to you, Larry. In a nation where we most of the time, deal with artificial delays and artificial problems, is this, let me use Elvis' word, his phrase this morning, talk is cheap, and is this just about talk, or really this can be done? We know the challenges that we face with land acquisition in this country. Is this something that can be done? Clearing goro boys and making sure that the system works.
Let me put it this way. It appears it's the season of the goro boys. Okay. So the last week we sat on this program and then discussing the foreign minister who had gone to the passport office and was lamenting about goro boys, and that is the goro boys who have done this. But in her case, she even ignored the goro boys some way somehow and started dealing with the state officials from the various institutions who had been posted there. Now today we are dealing with Lands Commission and again goro boys. I'm sure who else? Somebody else will call DVLA will also call us tomorrow or next week and say that.
But it looks like being a goro boy is a very lucrative business in this country.
Oh yeah, most of them are party people who, anytime there's a change of government, you have a party person going to a minister and party, and they hold constituency executive positions down there. And so then the minister is obliged, because he or she doesn't want to face any backlash within the party, so then you have them around. But mostly these guys, they become like facilitators. You get it? So they take your money and say that, let me send a document to Elvis, who is in the next office, or he knows the procedures very, very, very well, more than you. So he knows that, you signed this, then you have to go to this other, office, and then it's signed. You have to go to that office. You have to go to that office. So within a record time, everything is done for you. He's not employed there. He just knows the process,
and they can get the work done faster.
They can get it done faster. The state official is there, either working lotto or very busy chatting with a girlfriend, or he's on WhatsApp doing something else and all that, or even playing games. Okay, how do you call that game? Solitaire.
Sudoku and solitaire.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
he's busy playing that. But the Goro guy walks in there and says, sign this thing for me. And then he signed for.
Because there's a motivation inside.
Yes, and maybe all that he's giving that state official is
100 cities,
50 cities or 20 cities.
But if you have 10
And he would have
in a
collected,
day,
he would have collected, let's say, 5,000 from you.
Yes.
Okay. Now, like he said, that the digitization process, we've all traveled out of this country before, and you walk to certain airports. The airports are huge.
Yeah.
You don't know where to go next. But they've made things very, easier for you, reducing the human interface by numbering which terminal you are going to pick your aircraft, okay? And then that is even indicated on the ticket, so you know where you're going. If you have to pick a train or a tube, you know that, okay, you are having to join this particular one because this one will go to that particular area. And then when you get to the airport also, everything is labeled that, flight so and so would depart from here so and so, boarding that this time. So you don't have to be looking for, let's say, Mr. Green or Mr. Brown to direct you down there. Faha,
talking about this, I went to Kumasi over the weekend, and coming back.
We know you go to Kumasi a lot.
Well, it's my home. It's my home. So I went home, and coming back, at the airport, you have to get the card, when you pay for it and all that. Then I saw a gentleman standing next to the machine, where you have to insert the card and then drive out. And I'm like, but why do I have the card and there's another human being standing there to collect the card and put it inside? So what is the point?
Somebody has to create a job for it.
Do you get it? So the machine is there. I only need to insert the card and the thing will let for me to go. But there's somebody standing there just collecting the card to insert.
You haven't heard the West. He'll go home and then he's a big boy. Or tomorrow airport too.
No, it just didn't make sense to me,
Or tomorrow airport. So you need to reduce the human interface.
Yeah.
And our inability to reduce that, it's premised on the fact that, the guy is playing games on his phone.
Yeah, the man just...
And the only person who you can walk in straight is a Goro boy who can walk in and say that, Madam, please, sign this thing for me. And he's afraid, she's afraid because this guy could have access to national security, the president, or is on the speed, that with somebody prominent. So she's afraid, and then quickly she'll sign it. So the Goro boys, it's our creation. Okay, it's our creation. But why is the minister talking about Goro boy? Is a Goro boy the one who does the multiple registration of land? Do you get it? So one land, it's been sold to Elvis, it's been sold to you, it's been sold to me, it's been sold to some of your officials here as well.
But is it not even an indictment, on the minister to now come tell us, that we have Goro boys in the system admitting it, and the fact that we need to get lands? Why is it not done?
What did the UN report say? Did the UN report mention Goro boys?
No.
Thank you. So, they are cleverly, allocating blame to the Goro boy. You understand? But there are inefficiency. They don't want to talk about it. It is the inefficiency that is bringing the corruption.
Because there's no monitoring evaluation of the digital system. As Larry said, nobody can sit in office and be playing it when he knows that the digital monitoring systems, tomorrow somebody can come and realize that a file got to my email and it wasted more time than necessary. That person will never mess up with the job because he knows that I cannot even lie because it's a digital system that shows that the file landed here at 10 o'clock. It's supposed to go at 2 and it didn't go. But when the system is built and they will just leave it, there's no monitoring to make sure that people are working, then people can continue to be lazy. But the very moment to do strict monitoring, the person knows that, hey, last time when there's somebody, they just brought a report to show that this person was delaying file and has been fired. Then everybody will sit up.
From one quick
yeah. So because I quickly want us to wrap up on this and go to the
we talk about non-availability of jobs.
Yeah.
Okay. But then we are forgetting that jobs and land acquisition have something in common. Multiple registration of land and land guardism, or what we call it, they are related.
Yeah.
Do you understand? So we rather went and legislated on land guards. But how about the state official who registered land multiple times for people? You get what we are talking about. So conveniently, he's held a press conference. He's blamed it on Goro boys and so on, and then says that we'll be clearing them. When are you going to clear them? What are you going to clear them for?
No, but how do you clear them?
Are the Goro boys the ones who enter the system? Do they have the password?
But you don't even have any business with the Goro boys because you've
no,
not employed anybody.
But
So
he has admitted that his workers are conniving with the Goro boys.
deal with them.
So deal with your workers.
Deal with your workers, not the Goro
You said that
boys.
people cannot operate without your own people.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you are not interested in dealing with your people, but instead they should get rid of the Goro
So
boys.
at least we've identified the problem. We've identified where the challenge is coming
So
from.
get rid of your people who are connected to the Goro boys first.
Exactly.
Then the Goro boys will be gone. But you are saying your people here.
You'll be shocked that some of the state officials, some of his own people, they've been on that schedule for God knows how long, several decades.
They never go on leave.
And they become institutions. They never go on leave.
Because if they go on leave, somebody will come and see what is happening.
What's under.
So
and
they
the
will
person
never
will also
go on leave.
monopolize the area.
Because if I know the place is sweet,
Yeah,
I won't get up.
So you see,
Yeah.
until we do proper digitized,
I want to
monetary
die myself
system,
in the enemy.
if we don't, you see, it's the same thing with the passport office.
I mean, it's the same thing everywhere.
How will you apply to
Institution.
US embassy visa? You just go and pay at the bank, you do your application,
Yeah.
they give you a date online,
Yeah.
and they tell you that this is the date you are coming for only interview.
Yeah.
When you are coming, bring this and that and that.
Yeah.
You go and then you are done.
Yeah.
How come for passport office you apply and I have to go through somebody, some Goro boys or something before you get a passport? US embassy is a small embassy one.
Yeah.
It's able to do it efficiently. The whole state of passport officers is still not able to do. Meanwhile, we have not deployed the same system. So we have deployed the same digitized system. For that of the embassies, it is working. But that for Ghana passport office, it is Goro
Talking about
boys.
US embassy, a friend of mine was bounced here, and then she traveled to Burkina Faso thinking that
Goro boys are there.
Oh, thinking that it can be the system.
Yeah, I was
it's
thinking
already,
that-
it's already in the
It's
system.
there, wherever you
only
go.
for the people to read that
But they're bouncing in
Yeah, they're
Accra.
bouncing.
Yes,
So what are you doing here?
Because
What I
it
did,
is
yeah.
digitization.
Because we now, our minds have been Goro, you know, Goro.
It is
Goro.
digitization.
Yeah.
You go
Yeah.
and take a visa in Accra, you get to JFK. Why are you coming to America? Maybe when you come to the you are a journalist. You go, so I'm coming to do business. They deport you, you don't understand. Because the immigration open the system and realize that you claim you are a journalist.
Exactly.
They are
Everything
telling
is
him
there.
that you are coming to do business. It means
doesn't
you
work
lied
like
to the
that.
embassy, so
Yeah.
go back to your country. And you say, they deported me. The
understand.
system is digitized. Whatever information you give in Accra,
It is
before
everywhere.
your flight leaves Accra to America, they have the information at the airport waiting for you.
They're waiting for the journalists.
And then we deploy the same systems and we say our own unless human beings intervene.